the Jedi.
What's going on, everybody? Yesub here from Yesub Gaming. Earlier today, CG put out a little Q&A from the developers, so I'm going to briefly give my inputs and my thoughts on some of the things that came out of that. I'm not covering everything that is in the Q&A. I'm just talking about things that kind of were important to me, important to the community, I feel, and go from there. So the first one I'm going to start with is, why was there no Christmas giveaway? They typically don't observe Christmas in Galaxy of Heroes, saying that Star Wars doesn't celebrate Christmas, and neither do they. Um, they also talk about how not everyone observes Christmas and they don't want to appear preferential to one holiday or another, and they use their anniversary as a typical point to gift players with a lot of goodies. However, this is true. They do use their anniversary as that gifting a lot of goodies to players. I still feel like they could have done something for the holiday season, not necessarily just Christmas, but New Year's as well, and could have done something. I think they missed the mark on that one. The next big one that I'm going to talk about here is working on considering making Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.gg to make the GAC history private. Initially, when this came out, they were just trying to get the information out to the players. And I saw a lot of pushback. I saw the potential for pushback when this was originally announced. But they decided to keep going forward with it and have the information out there rather than not have it at all. So I applaud them for this, but I did see this question coming up and being a problem. Next one I'm going to talk about is their 2019 Galaxy of Heroes highlight. What was something that they think they missed a mark on? And in 2020, what do they particularly want to nail? A couple different people gave their. I feel like couple different people probably gave their answer to this, and they just summed it up in one from Viking. Creatively, they think that they did well on good characters and ships in 2019, both in terms of design, positive impact on the game, and artistic beauty. And they did a great job with relics and the journey guide. In terms of raising the play for authenticity, quality play, and aesthetics, which I agree with. Something that they didn't do well is production and content, and I love how CG was able to talk about how they did not put enough content out there for the people. Their focus is shepherding the delivery of endless and fresher content through a system which is easier for us and deliverable. So I'm excited to see what they have for 2020. And he even says super excited for 2020 character, ship content, and he thinks that we will be as well. Next one I'm going to really talk about is one thing that would improve in this game this year and why. They want to improve the amount of it takes to build the content, and they want to lessen the time that it takes to release. They want to work on some lighting, which is awesome. They want to spend more time in combat, making tactical choices, awesome, but making it fun for all ages, which is again cool. I have 2 kids, love to play this game, but their attention span is very short, so some things work well, others don't. And they want to make sure that they release characters without bugs. We can all blame General Hux for that one. Help free-to-play players in 2020. They pointed out the Journey Guide. Great point. Journey Guide is awesome. I love the fact that you can go and get any of the Journey characters outside of Malak and Gas, and the ones that you get out of the territory battle or territory battles. But the other ones you can go out and get anytime that you work up to them. I think that's an awesome feature. I wish they would have brought that in sooner, but I'll take it for going into 2020. They're talking about fixing the Grand Arena with the player lock as people try to make last minute changes, upgrades, and still not able to get in. I think this probably should have been fixed a long time ago, but I'm glad they're working on it now. They're not going to be fixing the mod cap in the game, unfortunately. It's part of their discussion, but it's probably a way back burner type of topic. There will not be any legend or relic abilities coming out in 2020, I think, because they are put on the back burner for now. And they want to talk about crystal income and realistic insight on when you'll shift the entire focus from squad and fleet arena. They go back and forth on it. Um, it's a tricky question, I think, but I also feel like they should do something about these crystal income, having different ways, more ways for people to get crystals in this game. Not going to talk about the scavenger. And then something that they're going to talk about, they feel like they did a great job on the Darth Malik event. The Journey Guide, General Anakin, and Kai Mundi kits. And they're just looking at content into the game. I'm not going to talk about art as much as it is awesome and I love it. I just really don't provide much to it. For economy, would CG add any new tier for daily challenge or better prizes? We would, however, we're starting with the new assault battle tiers before looking into adding tiers to daily challenges. I think they need to expand these daily challenges. I love the fact that I can sim where they're at, but more rewards, more info, more gear, more everything is going to be better. I guess that might be a little selfish, but we're at a point in the game to where you need more of it, and there's not a lot of ways to get it. So they talk about changing the plans of the rewards again. They want to change the old rewards, adding new, etc. So this last question, talk about how the hyperdrive bundle's awesome for new players and long-term players because of the gear and the Zeta materials that are in this, and they say that they debate talking about selling Zetas all the time, and they're gonna try to find more ways to include Zetas in merchandising, which is awesome. But I feel like it's going to be a huge money grab. So hopefully they find a way to make it feasible for people that want to pay to get them, but as well as people that are free to play. Because I will definitely tell you, I will not be able to be purchasing Zetas for all my characters because that's just going to be too much money. And then kind of big things here out of content, we are getting a new General Poe, which is awesome. And I feel like we're going to definitely need him for the legendary character that we will talk about a little bit later in this video. They're talking about adding a new game mode, something akin to Blitz, to where you can use your whole roster as a question. And then 7GG states that he's glad to see interested in this. They're working on new systems which would culminate in multiple new game modes. Key goals of the initiative include giving players something challenging to do every day in Galaxy of Heroes, which I think is a huge benefit because you knock out your dailies, you knock out the gear or shard farming that you need to do for the day, knock out your challenges, and then you're kind of done for the day unless there's Grand Arena going on or a raid going on. But you know, it all in all, this game could be done in 30, 40 minutes or less, depends on what you have going on for the day. Is there a plan to extend the assault battles with more difficult stages and more rewards? The answer is yep. Rolling it out in phases, awesome. The next big one I love to see is Grand Arena Championship with 3v3 in a couple of sections and 5v5 in other sections. I think if they can add a way to do 3v3 and 5v5 and ship battles all in one Grand Arena, that's going to change the entire complexity of everything. It's going to really make you focus on your rosters more, which is definitely something that I need to do. And that you can see that in my Grand Arena videos that are posted on the site. But I think that would be an awesome feature for Grand Arena, and I hope they're able to bring that into the game. Moving down to tech, I'm kind of going to skip it, so I don't really see too many bugs in my opinion, at least at where I am in the game. And then finally, topping it off with Galactic Legends. Confirm the Galactic versions are asked. The question is, can they confirm Galactic versions are the final versions of each character? being last movie, it would kind of be a letdown if you don't get to see Kylo and Rey at the end of the movie. Spoiler: if you haven't seen the movie, don't keep reading, don't go look at the forums. But they do say that the versions of Kylo at the end of the movie are not the ones that we are getting in the game. They have a lot of information coming about Galactic Legends in the future, um, asking how are they going to compare to other characters in the game. Galactic Legends are going to feature a new mechanic, as well as a couple other unique twists, which should be interesting. They will both be powerful and iconic, and they have plans to start revealing details in the coming weeks. So stay tuned. I'm excited to see what they have coming up for that. And last one that we talked about is we've seen the Kylo and Rey shard pop up in the Journey Guide for a while now. And the question is, why are they taking so long to get to them? So people don't have to panic farm when the event is announced. So that's the end of the Q&A. Didn't cover everything, like I said. I just want to kind of touch on some of the highlights, but there's so much information in here. I didn't want to make this video too long. Give me your thoughts. Give me what you think of the Q&A down in the comments below, and have a great night. Thanks for watching. As always, if you enjoy what you saw, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.